Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cliff. Today we're talking about investing in Africa, especially. This video is dedicated to Africans in the diaspora trying to go back and invest in Africa. So many a times, a lot of Africans, and I'm dealing with Africa because I'm an African, move to the diaspora and they kind of try to invest back home so that maybe if they retire, they go back to kind of stay there or relax there or use there as a vacation destination, or even sometimes try to set up businesses over there to help families so that do not be stressed out with daily calls from friends, family asking for handouts and all those things. So Africans in the diaspora kind of try to go back into Africa to invest, which is a good idea. It's a noble idea and it's good. One of most of the things that Africans normally do is either they go there to build a house or buy a car to use for the transportation business. Some even go set up big time firms back there. But one thing that I've noticed is investing in Africa needs a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and a lot of effort in you, the investor, being there, being on the ground, trying to participate in what you want to grow. Why am I saying that? Just taking your money, going back home and trying to invest, or just spending, let's say, some few weeks and trying to invest in an adventure that came into your mind or somebody spoke to you about, it's a noble art, but it's not enough. One thing which is going to happen is you not being there, it's going to look like an easy capital for those back home and they're going to misuse it. That's a fact that's happened to a lot of people. Two, to invest somewhere, first you have to know the people you are dealing with. Yes, people might have relationship with people they're going to work back home with because they are maybe family members or confidants they usually knew before they traveled abroad. So they think it's the same game going on, so they can trust them to invest. But sometimes you need to know people evolve, people change, situations change people, certain new friends that people may change them. So if you're trying to invest in Africa, one thing I'll tell you is this. One, go back, spend time with the people who you want to invest among, and at least have three individuals who will be taking care of your investment. They shouldn't be friends, they should be individuals on their own so that they can each check each other individually. You don't care whether they're going to have heads rubbing each other. That is the only way your investments could be safe. Don't go trying to get a confidant that I trust this person, he's a good person, I know him, and all that. No. What happens is one, they may waste your money, they may use your money for other things, your money will sink into the gutter, and it will be a waste of your time and resources. Two, the business may flourish, but in the end, they will kick you out of the business because you find yourself investing in a company or you taking an idea back home, investing in it, bringing confidence to take over. Then they try to create that kind of relationship with customers, which is very good. But in creating relationship with customers, when they see the profits coming, greed sets in and they establish their own company to compete with yours which they are managing. Then they shrink and take all the customers to their new establishment and they call you and tell you, hey, I have to pay workers and business is not as usual anymore. Because yes, business is not as usual because they've stolen your customers, use your money, establish their own which they couldn't at first, and now they've taken your customers and they want to walk out. It has happened to a lot of people. Two, those who are interested in real estate, because now that's the business of the day. You want to go and build house and all those things. It is safer to deal with organized companies, like let's say in Ghana you could go to Ghana Home Loans Bank institutions where they're going to do all the checks before they sell you the property. Don't go into these individuals who say, I have this land somewhere, I'll sell, because man, you don't have time to be going to the courts. That's litigation, which you don't have time. You don't have time to be paying bribes to land guards who are now kingpins working on the streets of Africa, and they are respected among society. Who criminals, but they are respected among societies. I know names, but I'm not ready to. I just came to advise. You hear me? You need to work with institutions, Ghana Home Loans, Ghana Builders Council. I think SNIT also has a department which deals with building. You need to work with them. Don't work with middlemen. Middlemen just want the sales to go through. After the sales have gone through, they get their commission and they walk away. The litigation after the sales, they don't care about it. All they want is their commission. Don't deal with middlemen. Also, when you are also going to help friends or family in a partnership business, always try to sign documents. One thing I've noticed is people are not going to rely on the words they tell you from the beginning. They don't stand by their words. Try sign a contract. I know you may sign a contract, but sometimes it's not going to work. But in case you want to push forward through the legal system, the contract is what is binding to make you fight your case. So don't go like, oh, I know this person, I know that person, so at least a good handshake is enough. A good handshake is never enough in the law court. Sign contracts. 3, take time. If it's a project, take time, take vacations, and continuously visit the project. If they can give you video documentary of the project, keep asking daily video documentary so that you can catch the rot before it is kind of done. Also, when you are investing in a project, do not invest the whole money into the project. Create an escrow account and be taking the money out little by little. When you give all the money out to them, they may boot with it. Good friends could do to you, family members could do to you, but with an escrow account where you know, let's say the project is let's say around 3 million Ghana cedi, right? And you know you're going to take 100,000 Ghana cedi every 2 months to pay for the project. It is better than giving the 3 million Ghana cedi to anybody with the perception of, I trust this person can deliver for me. No, put the money in escrow, take time, and take the money out. And now there's a lot of mobile application system where you can use it to transfer the money to any bank account or any mobile phone, whether they're using mobile money back home. And why I'm saying you need to be also, if you have the chance, travel, is sometimes people could give you wrong pictures, things which are not true. They may fake stuff to make it look good. So when you travel back home, you could see for yourself, and if you think I can continue with this relationship, with this project, you continue with it. But if you feel I cannot continue with this relationship or this project, then you cut it off. It looks like people are working hard in the diaspora and they are getting robbed back home in Africa, and people are getting depressed. People kind of take equities on their properties and take it back to start businesses, and the business collapse and they are stuck in debt, whereby the equity they could have used it to do something good over here, but because they have intentions of retiring back home, they want to get something going till they retire and go back home. Also, one of the advice which I was given by an OG was, if you feel you cannot do a business or you feel you don't have the heart and time to do it, invest your money in, let's say, a Vanguard over here, a 401k, or you can partner with somebody to buy a property. You're going to get equity on the property, and when you retire, you can sell the property, and the funds you get from the property plus the equity you can use to kind of purchase a house or whatever you want to do back home easily without any stress. Because most of the times people build house with intent of staying during their retirement. But let me give you an example. Let's say you 30 years old, right? And you build a house that when you retire, you're going to live in it back home. You get me? Because mostly when you go for holidays, you spend like maximum a month. So you can spend it in a hotel. If maybe where you're going to, you're not comfortable, you can spend that 1 month in a hotel. You are not, you shouldn't be in a hurry to build something. The reason why is this: if you build it and you're 60 years, and let's say let's say 50, or whenever you want to retire, you're going, it takes time to retire. Those facilities could be archaic. You need to do intensive renovation, which is going to cost money. But if you save the money, right, and you retire and you go, and you can just take the money, walk to your country, go to any real estate company and buy their property. Maximum 6 months, it should be ready. You could move in. So 6 months before or a year before your retirement, you go back home, you pick a place where you want to stay, you meet with the real estate company, sign a contract with them, you do the down deposits, sign the contract of payment, then you come back 6 months time, you go and you buy your house. This is my fair advice to Africans in the diaspora, and maybe you're a white person or brown person, a green person, whoever you are, and you want to go to Africa to invest. What I'll say is you need to get involved. If you're opening a business for a long-term business in Africa, you need to have ears and eyes on the ground. If you don't have, I think it's not the safest thing. I like the Chinese method. When I went back home to Africa, I found that most of the Chinese shops keeps Chinese managers, Chinese supervisors, and all that. One thing is to prevent all this kind of crimes, people stealing and all that, because the legal system is not kind of strong over there. So you don't want to go and waste your time in the court system. So the best bet is what? Rather put preventive measures in your system. That's why you could go to China more and a lot of businesses where foreigners are handling, and they have their people managing it, just to prevent that future legal tussle of people stealing parts and people taking money or people not doing their job. So that is my advice. If you want to go and invest in Africa, one, take your time and travel there, know what you're investing in, and also check with other companies in the same business. Let them tell you the how do you call it, ups and downs in the business before you take your decision. And also, when you are partnering with somebody too, you need to sign a document. A good handshake is not enough. And three, if you're trying to build a house for retirement, I think you take your time. There's no rush. You take your time, save enough. And some people also take this trick. They save enough, take a long unemployment leave or a long leave, and go back, sit and make sure at least part of the project is done before they return. That's a good way of doing it. But the funny thing is, you come from work to kind of take a break, and you go sitting in the project site working again. So when you come back from your so-called vacation, which wasn't the vacation, you've kind of stressed out already. Then you're going to go through the daily hustle of going to work 9 to 5, driving through the freeways with all this traffic. So think about it, and that is the best way for migrants or people going to Africa to invest. This is the best way to do it. Work with recognized institutions, get involved, and always sign contracts and do your checks before you move forward. Thank you very much. Subscribe and enjoy the channel. There are more videos to share with you. All the best. Bye.